I need to chill out. Right, whoa, oh, the screen flashed, oh my god. Hi Minna, Zoshii there, and welcome to You'll Never Guess What I'm Playing. I'm playing a fighting fantasy game. So this is a It's a game book game, but I'm playing it on the PC. Kind of weird, I know, feels kind of weird for me as well. But apparently it's supposed to be set out just like the game books are. And like all the functions and everything you do is meant to be the same. So I'm really excited to play this. I knew there was fighting fantasy games, but I didn't know there was actual like ones that are set out like a game book. So yeah, welcome to House of Hell. I haven't played this game book before, the actual book even, because those of you who have known my channel for a while will know that I have liked fighting fantasy stuff for a long time. It was actually one of the first videos I ever posted on my channel was stuff about fighting fantasy. So yeah, it's really nice to be getting back into an old favourite of mine. It's really nice to be going back to, I guess it's kind of the roots of the channel, which kind of makes me feel, you know, oh, it's nice. So I have got something in my eye and it's really bugging me. Everything seems the same. You get an adventure sheet, you've got your stamina, you've got your weapons, you've got your skill, you've got your luck. There's something called fear, which I haven't seen before. Maybe it shows up in the later books more. But I had a little read just to see what that's about, and it seems to make sense. For those of you who have played fighting fantasy before, this is going to be cool. For those of you who haven't, you'll learn along the way, don't you worry about it. It's kind of similar to like a tabletop RPG kind of thing. You gotta roll dice, you gotta keep score of your points and everything. So, having said that, let's jump into it. I just want to get started in this. You may have noticed that the background is slightly different as well. I've kind of changed my position as to where I normally sit, so now I'm sitting somewhere slightly different, just to take advantage of the sunny days that we've been getting. Okay, let's see. House of Hell is a fighting fantasy game book, an interactive adventure in which you are the hero. You can only win through by choosing the correct path, finding equipment, avoiding traps, and surviving combat. So, House of Hell is a little different from other fighting fantasy adventures. You start your adventure unarmed, with no provisions or potions. Oh, what? And you have to avoid being frightened to death. This is what I was saying, there's a new fear element. Before starting House of Hell, you must choose from one of 3 difficulty settings. This game book has been designed for optimum challenge on hardcore and medium difficulty modes. For newcomers to fighting fantasy, we recommend the medium or free read modes. Nah. So, hardcore mode, medium mode, free. I'm not doing the free read mode. Let's see. Play House of Hell exactly how Steve Jackson designed it. Nothing's been changed from the book version. Ooh, okay. Starting skill with 315 above buff. Yeah, so those of you who are similar to like tabletop RPGs kind of thing, everything's very similar. You roll dice to kind of fix your initial stamina levels and your skill levels, how good you are at fighting, and you have to use those stats throughout the game. They'll go up and down depending on enemies that you fight, blah blah blah. So you'll learn as we go along now. I'm not going to sit here and explain it all. If you don't know much about fighting fantasy, go back to like one of the earliest videos on the channel where I basically talk about what fighting fantasy is. I talk about how many books there are, who wrote them, and basically how much I love them. It's kind of like little mini introductions, so go back and check those out. I'll leave some link in the descriptions as well. Okay, I haven't played fighting fantasy in ages. Years, in fact, which I'm a little bit ashamed to say. But, but I'm not new to it, that's the thing. So I feel like playing medium mode and getting a bit of help is kind of crap. I want to play it as if I'm playing the book, which is what I'm used to doing. And it says here that hardcore mode is for people who have played the books. So let's play hardcore mode. You've chosen hardcore mode. Before embarking on your adventure, you must first determine your own strengths. We can see how brave, lucky, resourceful you are. We need to use the dice, your skill, score, reflects your general fighting expertise. Blah 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 blah. Roll your starting skill. Alright, roll for your starting skill. Okay. The skill Score reflects your general fighting expertise. The higher the better. Your starting skill is determined by rolling a single die and adding 6. Okay. You begin House of Hell with no weapons. Now this I'm not used to. Normally with fighting fantasy games, you get a little something or other. You get a few things that you start off with, a few provisions and stuff, and then you find better things along the way. But I don't think I personally haven't played a game where I've started with nothing. Start off your adventure with 3 deducted from your initial skill. What? I have to take away 3 points before I even start playing? Are you? Oh my god. Okay, how do I? Oh, there we go. Your roll of 1 plus a base of 6 means your skill is 7. Oh, that is bad. That's rubbish. That is the lowest I could have got. Okay, it's not looking good so far. Starting stamina is determined by rolling 2 dice and adding 12 to that number. Okay. So 12 to the number. So so it go off screen. That's great. That's really helpful. Your roll is 7 plus a base of 12. That means your stamina is 19. That's pretty good. That's good. Okay, so now our luck. I like the music in the background. The did it. What does it sound like? It sounds like a old horror movie or a old like American paranormal TV show. I can't remember. Your luck score indicate if it sounds like something to you, say in the comments below, because it's gonna really bug me. That music's gonna be stuck in my head for ages. Okay, so your luck score indicates how naturally lucky you are, and evil. Oh, luck and evil are facts of life in the devilish domain you're about to explore. Your starting luck is determined by rolling 1 die and adding 6. Luck is quite good. If you get a really good number for luck, then like you can be at a fight, in a battle, and things can be going wrong, and you can sometimes you get the option to try luck, and if you've got really good luck on your side, it can help you a lot. So 4 add 6, 10. That's pretty good. That's one of the higher numbers we can get, so cool. And finally our fear, which I've never done before. Okay, so the point, we die if our stamina drops to 0, but we'll also die if our fright hits the highest number it can reach, which we will determine now. So we got 2 with a base of 6, that means 8. Crap, that's not good. If we want the highest numbers we can get. Alright. So, this total will give you maximum fear. Your fear score is a number of points you can take before being frightened to death. Yeah, I'm not familiar with this. Okay, good luck. You'll need it. Oh, I know I will. I know I will. Oh, here we go. Story time. The rain spatters the windscreen relentlessly. You can see no more than a watery gloom as you strain forwards over the steering wheel to see the road ahead. Although the wipers flap valiantly, they are fighting a losing battle as the rain drives harder and harder. Oh, we're in a car? We're in like a modern world? Ooh, this is weird. I'm not used to this. Okay, your foot eases off the accelerator. The headlights struggle to light up the road. Damn! You curse the white-haired old man who sent you off along this bumpy track. Probably he meant the second turning on the left. Or the right turning. Oh, the old fool. Perhaps this is his idea of a joke. After all, didn't you notice a mischievous glint in his eye? Something vaguely sinister. But what sort of nonsense is this? So you've taken a wrong turn and got caught in a downpour in the night. The rain will ease off soon. It can't possibly keep up with this deluge for long. I don't know half these words. And then you'll be able to watch out! You spin the wheel frantically to the left to avoid the figure who from nowhere shows up in the headlights. The car bumps and jolts as it bounces over the rocky roadside and thumps into a ditch. You collect your thoughts. You are unhurt but shaken. Then you remember what was happening. The body. You must have hit the figure that appeared. There's no way you could have avoided him. You spring out of the car, praying that the dude is still alive. Dude! Your clothes soak up the rain as you hobble back to the road. In the darkness, it is difficult to see anything. But there is no sign of a body. You consider the situation. Are you certain that it was someone and not a trick of the light? Yes, you can remember the arms held up in fright as the car collided, and the look of anguish on the man's face. His face. There was something familiar about that face. A man you recognized. An old man with white hair. Your heart leaps. No. Impossible. With a shiver of fear, you race back to the car, you jump inside, you force the key into the ignition and you twist it violently. The starter coughs, splutters, dies. You hit the key again, but this time a single shudder is all the engine can manage. You grasp the wheel with your hands, you shake it desperately, as if to force some life into the car. But the battery is dead. Your car is certainly not budging from the ditch tonight. The situation is hopeless. But now, the plight of your car is paramount. Where can you get help? You passed a carriage at Mingleford, but that was 20 miles back. Oh, there's a lot of reading. As if in answer, a light appears in the distance. Someone switched on the bedroom light. What a stroke of luck! It was at least 50 miles back that you passed the last house, and you happened to have broken down just a short distance from someone's home. You button up your coat and open the door. From outside the car, you can see a building more clearly. Just ahead, on the left. A drive winds up to a large house. Some of these words, this don't make no sense. The grammar in this is throwing me off. It's a good 5 minutes walk away, and by the time you reach it, you'll be drenched. But how else can you call the garage? You can't afford to miss tomorrow's appointment. Now go, you must. Fly, you fools! Anyway, you'll probably be able to dry off inside phone in the garage. You slam the door, turn up your collar, and set off for the house. I feel like I should turn the lights off, put a raincoat on, have some rain, like sound effects in the background. I might add sound effects to this. This is really cool. Okay, a flash of lightning lights it up clearly for you. Light it up. But in your preoccupation with the rain, the warning from above is wasted on you. The house is old, very old, and in a shocking state of repair. The light in the window is flickering, most likely an oil lamp, certainly not electric, and you don't notice a fact that might have turned you back away. Okay. Oh, there is no telephone line going to the house. As you climb the steps to the front door, little do you realize what fate has in store for you. Tonight is going to be a night to remember. Okay, turn over. Oh, this is so cool! Yay, we're in! Okay, you climb the creaking steps up to the front door and pause to catch your breath. Even though you ran all the way up the drive from the car, you're soaked through. Your feet are particularly wet, judging by the number of puddles you stepped into in the dark. The drive needs a small fortune spending on repairs. But under the porch, you are out of the storm, and you brush the rain from your clothes before turning towards the door. The rain is still pelting down, but an eerie silence hangs in the air. Well, apparently not with this freaking music. No lights are on downstairs. You step back off the porch to check the upstairs window, which attracted your attention earlier. Nothing. No lights. The whole place seems to be deserted. But then you remember the time. 5 minutes to midnight. Everyone in the house is probably asleep. Yeah, probably going to bed. An owl hoots in the distance. Where are we? First we're on a road. Then there's a random house. The houses are 20 miles apart and there's an owl. People are using lamps. And a shiver runs down your spine. Ooh. The situation is a little scary. Telling me. Here you are. Just a little girl. Stuck in the rain at midnight by myself in the middle of nowhere. At some strange, run-down old house, about to wake up everybody that's inside at midnight. They certainly won't be too pleased, that's for sure. But you've got no choice. If you're going to make your appointment tomorrow, you must reach a telephone. Call for help. You step up to the front door. From the left-hand side of the house, here we go. From the left-hand side of the house, A dull glow catches your attention. A light has been turned on. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least someone is awake. You consider your options. There's an elaborate knocker in the middle of the door, and a bell hanging on the right. Well, I guess to you it would be left. Would it? Left, middle, right to you guys? Okay, here we go. Will you wrap the door with the knocker? Oh, it's even got the page numbers still. Turn to 357. Oh, I miss playing these games. Okay. Or will you pull the cord? Turn to 275. Alternatively, you could creep around the house to investigate the light by turning to da-da-da. Ooh, okay. Shall we go for it like bang, bang, bang? Shall we ding dong? Or shall we creep around the house and see what's going on? See, if it was me, even when I visit a friend's house, like if I'm going to the house for like the first time, I'm not quite sure where I am, and I'm not quite sure if this is that house, but I think it's that house. Like, even if I'm going to visit a friend, I don't go up to the door, ring the doorbell. I don't go up to the house, rap on the door. I've got this thing of like creeping around the house and just kind of looking at it just to make sure that it is a house, and like to make sure that it's trying to find like clues to suggest that my friend really does live there. Like, I don't know, I think that's just my anxiety though. I just want to be like double sure. I can't go up, I'm too scared of going up to someone's house and rapping on the door, and then just some random person that I don't know just like opens the door and just like, what do you want? Who is this child? Are you looking for your mummy? Okay. What I would do in real life is I would probably investigate first. So let's do that. Oh yeah, you can bookmark stuff. Oh, our adventure sheet. Okay, 19, fear, skill. Oh yeah, they took 3 away. Luck. Weapons, you're unarmed. We haven't learned anything yet. We haven't found anything yet. Cool. You walk from the porch around the side of the house. Shh. A light is indeed on. My chair keeps squeaking. And it's shining through a window at the back of the building. Do you wish to go around to see if you can see anything at the window? Or we walk up to one of the other windows along the side of the wall to see whether you can enter the house without anyone knowing. I'm not gonna sneak into someone's house. Okay, I will investigate to make sure that a nutter doesn't live here before announcing my presence at the door. Fair enough. I'm not gonna look for a back door and sneak it. What is this? Hello, neighbor? No. Alright, I'm gonna have a peek through the window. That's a nice looking house. Ooh, the pictures are in colour. Okay, the lit window is next to a back door which leads into the kitchen. Voices are coming from the kitchen, but you can't see anyone. Whoever's in there must be standing by the back wall, out of sight. You strain to hear what's being said. There appears to be 2 people in the kitchen. They're talking excitedly. Master is getting ready. I'm starting to get excited. I've never been to one before. Do you really think we may be visited? Are they going to a seance? Another man's voice. Oh, was that a man? Sorry. Another man's voice, rather more controlled, replies, You know, I'm having doubts about the whole affair. She's young and she came here all innocent. I don't know. The 2 men walked around the kitchen, and you can see them more clearly. They're both dressed in white gowns. If this is some KKK up in here, I swear to God. I swear to God. They are both dressed in white gowns. One is a good deal younger than the other. Okay, so the voices were fine. Do you wish to knock on the door to see whether they will let you in, or wait and listen for a bit longer? I'm going to listen a bit longer, because I swear to God. Oh my God, people in white gowns in the middle of nowhere. There better not be a field with the crucifixes and shit nearby, because I swear to God, no. No, I'm going to listen a bit longer. The man turns to the older one and angrily says, The master's teachings are not for the faint-hearted. I don't think he's that young. I'm making him sound like he's about 12. I'm a woman. I can't do a man's voice. What do you want? I'll try. The master's teachings are not for the faint-hearted. You know of this. You know of his power and his promises to all of us. Perhaps you are no longer strong enough to stay with us. This sounds dodgy. The older man turns away towards the window. Quick! He's hiding the look on his face, which is one of nervousness and fear. He realizes that he has said something wrong. No, he stammers. I'll be alright. Just a momentary weakness. Come, let's just get on with the preparations. That's never a good word! In a situation like this, preparations is not a good word. Together the two men leave the kitchen, blowing out the candles on the way. You wonder what they're talking about. Now you must choose your next move. Will you try the kitchen door to see whether you can sneak inside? Or will you go back around the front and knock on the door? They're really avid that I knock on the door. I don't want to announce my presence to these people, but I do not want to sneak into the house and then end up being caught and then get pissed off and... Okay, I'm not going to make any more KKK jokes, but... Okay, I am the last person that wants to be sneaking in there and getting caught. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But if I knock on the door, then they'll pretend to be someone that they're not. And they'll be like, oh, hello, come inside, have tea and cakes. We're making preparations, it's going to be so fun. But like, if I sneak in, I'll get to hear the truth. And I want to know the truth. But I know I'm going to get caught because my skill level is very low. And I lost 3 points already just by starting the game. So, I'm going to knock on the door. Let's knock on the door. And if it all goes wrong and we die, we can try it a different way next time. So, a few moments later, the door handle turns slowly and the door opens. Oh, so I've gone up. Hello? Penny. 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 A few moments later, the door handle turns slowly and the door opens. Standing in the doorway is a tall man dressed in a dark suit with tails. As in like top and tails, like a jacket, or he's got a tail. His long face is solemn. You rang? He asks indignantly. You smile nervously and explain your situation. Ha ha ha! My car broke down and I'm soaking wet and it's raining. I gotta get someone tomorrow. I was wondering, do you have a phone that I can quickly, just call it? Oh man, yo fool, you got me into deep shit, but need to get my car fixed. You understand the situation? And yeah, the man's face remains expressionless. Come in. The master is expecting you. Follow me. He leads you into a reception hall and tells you to sit down while he informs his master of your arrival. Expecting me? When they said, do you think we'll be visited, they weren't talking about me, were they? Unless they're just generally expecting people. Like, they're just generally expecting someone to show up tonight. And I'm like, oh! Oh! Okay, you sit down in a solid carved chair and look around. The reception hall is clearly not what you would have expected from the outside. It is elegantly decorated with rich tapestries and fine oak panels. A number of portraits line the walls. A sturdy 16th century table is set against one wall. Will you wait for your host to arrive? Will you study the paintings? Alternatively, will you hunt for a telephone? Should I sit there and wait? Should I have a look at the paintings? Or shall I look for a phone? I do really need a phone. And the book indicates that they don't have a phone. That there was no telephone line. So me and my ignorance, I would probably end up looking at paintings. But me as a player, knowing that there's no phone around, I think it's good for my character to learn as quickly as possible that there is no phone. And that she needs to get the hell out of there because men in white robes and shit say they expecting me. I'm gonna look for. I would love to look at the paintings, but I'm gonna look for a phone. There is no telephone in the hallway, and you feel uneasy about venturing into any of the rooms. While you're wondering what to do, you hear a noise coming from behind one of the doors. You run back to your chair and you sit down. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I would do. Hello. This is a fancy looking man. He's got some character in his face right there. Footsteps! Someone's coming! The tall man you met earlier walks in, opening the door for another tall man dressed in a red smoking jacket. Well, you ain't the guy I saw in the kitchen. May I present Lord Kelnor, the Earl of Drummer, the butler announces. The Earl holds out his hand and you shake it. His grip is strong. His eyes pierce yours. Oh. His lips widen into a soft smile. You begin to tell him of your predicament, but he holds up his hand. I was in a car and it broke down and it's raining and I'm wet and the stupid old man managed to jump in front of the car. I swerve. I hit the man. I get up. There's no man. Please. I can see that you have been caught in this filthy storm. Let us sit by the fire and we will see whether we can help. Franklins, tell the cook to prepare some food for our visitor. You protest that. I don't wish to be in the way, I don't need food. But your host ignores you and leads you into a drawing room where a fire is burning. You take off your coat and you sit down. The heat of the fire makes you feel comfortable. Franklin returns with 2 glasses of brandy. Okay, maybe I can stay for 5 minutes. Will you relax, drink the brandy, and ask if you can use the telephone? Or will you wait to see what he asks you? Now I'm going to ask if I can use the telephone. I'm going to end the episode in a minute, guys, just because I know it's going to get long. And I'm enjoying this. Oh my god, I'm enjoying this so much more than I have enjoyed a game in ages. So I know that if I get too distracted, I'm going to keep playing, and this is going to be 2 hours long. So I'm going to end the episode soon. But I'm probably going to start recording straight afterwards because I love it so much. I love it so much. The fire and brandy warm you and you begin to feel more relaxed. You lose 1 fear point. Wait. I don't have any fear points. Okay, so I'm -1? Does that affect my adventure sheet? Fear, 0. Okay, I can't go into minuses. That's a shame. Okay. You explain to the Earl what happened on the road and that you would like to use his phone to call the garage. I'm afraid our telephone line came down tonight in the storm, he replies. We will have to repair it tomorrow morning. In any case, the garage would not come out here at this hour. But don't worry. You're perfectly welcome to spend the night here. I am glad of the company. Tomorrow Franklins will take you into town. Here's Franklin now. The butler comes back and announces that a meal is ready. You both rise and go into the dining room. Okay, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I am so excited to play this game. This is so good. This is I feel exactly like I'm playing the books again. Which, I've always wanted to play one of the Fighting Fantasy books for the channel, but because it's a book, I don't know how to structure it. I really wanted to do something where I had pictures on screen and you had narration of me talking and playing the game and stuff and telling you guys what was going on, but that is a lot of work. That requires sound effects, that requires pictures and scans, and it requires having stuff to show on screen, recording narration. And also it requires time to actually play the game from the book. So it's quite difficult. And it's not something that I have time to do at the moment. And it's not something that I have had time to do ever, really. But I'm hoping maybe over the summer holidays I might be able to figure out a way of doing it. But my god, I love this game. Because it does it for me. It does everything for me. This is exactly what I wanted to do. Oh man, I'm so happy. You have no idea how happy I am. So I keep rubbing my nose because I'll get hay fever. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you don't know what Fighting Fantasy is, or this has triggered your interest, go check out the description below or wait for the annotations at the end of the video, and I will leave links to some of the very first Fighting Fantasy videos I ever did on this channel. So they will teach you a little something or two. You also get to know about what little Zoshii was like, or should I say even littler Zoshii was like. But yeah, check out my Twitter, check out my Facebook. After playing this game, I'm probably going to be talking about Fighting Fantasy on there a lot more, Twitter and Facebook. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you adventurers next time. Bye bye! Sip of coffee. And a bit of hair, apparently.